Alarm all fitted, and we're just going to trigger it. And there we go, excellent. It shows up on the phone and everything. Although we're going to go through the installation in the video of each of these items, I've already got one up and running on a property that we built so that we could monitor the alarm because there's nobody living in there while we were building it. And I've been using that for about 9 months now. Just absolutely fantastic. You're notified, you can see what's going on, you can, if you've got people going viewing it, you can arm and disarm remotely. Absolutely does everything that I would want it to do at quite a reasonable price. But the one thing that I would say is, if you can hold on until the Black Friday Amazon sale, you tend to get things an awful lot cheaper, which is, I got this actually last year, but I just haven't fitted it yet. So that's what we're going to do today. Right, if we go through it, because it's made up of quite a few different components. You've actually got your basic security system, which is this and the Siren. And inside here, if I'm not mistaken, you get one PIR, which is your movement detector. You get one door sensor, which obviously activates when the door's opened or closed. And the good thing is, when the alarm's not on, you can also monitor those activations as well. So it's a really good system. You get a base station, which is basically the brains behind the alarm. And you also get an extender, just so that the house is covered Wi-Fi wise, so that all the units can talk to each other. Now, I may struggle in this house because it's a very long house, so I may have to get another extender, but I'll only find that out as we're doing the installation. So on top of the basic, what I've also got is a Ring Doorbell 4, so I'm going to install that. I've got an internal camera, which is good for while we're away. I've got, now this is overkill this. It's basically a plug-in doorbell, so when this is rung, this will ring as well. So you can use this in a room that's far away or in a basement, that type of thing. So that's what that is. I've got additional door contacts, 3 of those and 2 additional PIRs. So in total, 3 PIRs for the house, 4 door contacts for 4 doors, and all those bits and pieces. On top of that, but not for this video, I'm going to do a separate video. I've got 3 battery cameras as well with spotlights on, or with lights on I should say. So I'm going to install those in another video. They're fantastic. They're really, really good. So basically this is all that I've installed on the other property. Another great thing about the Ring system is you can protect your property remotely better by buying a protect policy from Ring. And what that basically does is, it does a lot more recording and notifying. You can pick it up for £80 a year, and that's a discount of about £16 if you pay annually, but it's well worthwhile. Based on the last system that I set up, this should take me no more than an hour. In fact, the most difficult things, or the most time-consuming things, are putting the alarm panel, never mention the alarm panel that you get in here, putting the alarm panel onto the wall if you don't want to put it on with adhesive pads, and putting the Siren on the wall. You can get everything set up without mounting the Siren outside if you just want to get a quick install done and mount this at a later date, which is probably what I'll be doing today. This is what you get with the basic pack. So you've got your external Siren, you've got your control panel, which is, as I said, the brains of it. You've got your keyboard with the fixing bracket already on the back of it. You've got your power for it. Now you don't need to have this permanently powered, it's rechargeable, which is fantastic. These, if you're in Europe, America or Great Britain, then you'll get different adapters for the plugs. That's the PIR, and I've purchased another 2 of those. That's the extender, basically just so if you've got a big property, that will communicate with that and just give you a bigger communication area. There's your magnetic door contacts. We'll see those in operation. And that is your power for the control unit. Very, very easy to set up. The first thing to do is to actually download the Ring app. Once that's downloaded, then you can start to set the system up. And to do that, you simply choose dashboard, go to security. Once you've chosen that, choose your base station. So mine's the normal Ring base station. Then it'll start to add your location. So you need to put your location in. Choose it as home if that's your home. Pop your address in, it'll guide you through that. Choose the location for the base station and then power it up, do the Wi-Fi. We're connecting the base station to the Ring app. Then we're going to choose the home Wi-Fi. Pop the password in for the Wi-Fi. It will connect to the base. Then you choose your Ring Protect. I'm fully monitored on this. The box itself updates and then you are pretty much ready to go. And there we go, all done. So the next thing we need to do now is to set up a device. And the way to do that is just go to the bottom of the screen and press Set Up Device. Choose the device that you want, which is going to be security. And then you choose the device itself. So first of all, we'll do the keypad. So choose the keypad. And it's the keypad for the 2nd generation. So we press that and just follow the instructions. As I've already said, this is rechargeable. So I'm just going to take the mount off the back, put that to one side. I'll take the protective screen off the front, pop that to one side, and then we'll just go ahead then. So on the back is a QR code there, and that's what's going to link it to the system. So if we pick up that, it says on the bottom there, scan for QR code. It's picked it up, use this code, yes. And then all these devices are what came in the original kit. So you've got the contact sensor, the keypad, the motion sensor and the extender. So we're going to do the keypad, so let's click that. All right, so there's no charge to start off with in this. We're just going to plug this in. Right, that's plugged in, so there's power to it. We'll just let it establish itself. You can see here it's charging the battery because it's glowing. And it's looking for a Wi-Fi connection, so we'll press OK again. And it's linking up there. It's found it. And it says here, device added. So let's click on there. And it just tells us how to fit it. But I'm going to let that charge now and then I'll install that later. Next we're going to set up the extender, and it's exactly the same process with all of these Ring devices. If they're not already on there, you go through the original ones in the box that are already on there using the QR code, and then any additional devices that you've bought, you just add those through the QR code. So let's get this done. We'll fit the first magnetic contact now. I've already set it up on the system, and to do that was easy. You pulled a piece of plastic off that had the battery disconnected. As soon as it connects, again, because it's part of that original kit, it automatically finds it on the system. Took about 4 or 5 seconds, and you'll be able to hear it now when I disconnect it. So we know that it's all connected, plus I can see it on the dashboard as well. So the next thing to do is just get this connected to the door. I'm also going to have a PIR in this room. And primarily the reason for that is because of the amount of glass that we've got. Somebody could just smash a window and walk in, and if the door wasn't open, the alarm wouldn't go off. However, with a PIR, all you need is movement in the room and the alarm will go off. Let's get this fitted. So the system is so simple. Even though the adhesive pads are on the back, so you may think that you've got to adhere it like that, on this door, I need to stick part to the top and part to the door. So that means that I'm going to actually have to have it turned like that. But even though I've turned it, when you separate them, it still sets it off. And before you remove the adhesive and stick it on, I suggest that you just try it in place
So it's going to be something like that. And then when the door's opened, this is going to be removed and it sets off. So I'm going to stick that on there now because I know that it works.
So we'll do the top bit first, which is the magnet. Remove the self-adhesive back
and just pop it into place, nice and square.
That's there. Then we get the brain of it. Again, take the pad off the back, and we just need to marry this up now so that it's nice and square. Okay, that's done, and then we'll open the door and test it. And that's it, you heard it go off. We'll do it again, open it, and it goes off. So that was how easy it was to fit. Now I've got another 3 of those that I'm going to put on the other 3 doors, but we'll do a PIR next. I'm going to install the PIR now, or one of the PIRs. I'm going to put it up into the corner up there. That's going to cover the whole of the room. More importantly, the window, in case anybody smashes the window and steps in, because the magnetic detector won't set off unless the door's open. It'll also cover, there's a doorway behind the camera as well. So this is going to go up there and it's going to cover all of the room. On the back, you'll see that there's 4 adhesive tabs. These 2, just if it's going flush to the wall, and these 2 on the corners there, if it's going to be going into the corner. It'll just sit like that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pop it up there, and then it'll get this room covered. Before I use the adhesive strips to actually install it, I'm going to just put it up with some blue tack. Primarily that's just so that I can make sure that the position that I'm putting it in is going to cover all of the room. Where we've got the blue tack on the back, so now we'll just pop it into position and then have a look at it on the app. So that's the temporary location of it. Now I'll just go through the app and do a walkthrough in the room. Right, that's working fine. So what we'll do is we'll remove the pads and get it put there permanently. I've already cleaned the wall. Just need to make sure that it goes in properly. And that's perfect. That's not coming down. The whole of the room's covered. Fantastic. We've got the base station done, the keypad done. We've put up the first magnetic contact. We've put up the first PIR. I'm just going to go around the house now and put these remaining ones up. Now, because these didn't come in the original kit, that's where you use the QR code, but it's so simple. You saw me do it with the first unit. So we'll get these put up and then we'll work on the doorbell and the siren. And onto the doorbell. Something to remember about the doorbell is this is battery powered, rechargeable battery powered. So the first thing that you want to do when you get the doorbell is take it out and charge it. And because it's rechargeable, they supply you with a cable to do it, which is just a standard micro USB. You also get some stickers to put around so that people know that they're on camera. This is a security screwdriver, because when you put it all together, on the bottom, you put a security screw in there so that nobody can tamper with it. And this is something that I'm going to be using. If you can see from the top there, it's a wedge shape and it offsets it on the wall just in case you need to move the camera around. So, battery fully charged and we're all ready to go. First thing that we need to do is take the front off here. And that's simply removed like that. And then get the battery, pop it in. I'm just going to leave it like that for a moment. I'll move that. And now we need to open up the app again and go to set up a device.
Now in setup mode.
Oh, there you go. It's now in setup mode. Right, so we are setting up the device and I need to find doorbells. So we're going to doorbells and it's the usual thing. Scan the QR code, so pick it up. QR code's on the side there. So I'll try again. And it's there, and it's picked it up. and it's asking where we want to put it. So that's where we want to put it. That's already set up in the app. Right, found the security screws. We're going to set it up with, I'll just move this. So we're going to set it up as the front door. It's telling us what to do, how to insert the battery, which is what we've already done. Now it's saying to get my Wi-Fi password, which I'll do. It's asking if the light's spinning white, and it is. It's asking for the Wi-Fi, so it's searching for devices now on the phone. It's found it, and it's asking me, do I want to connect? So that's a yes. It's connecting the Ring doorbell. It's just scanning for available networks. Right, so again, it's found the Wi-Fi networks at home. We just need to choose the one that we want and enter the password. And we should probably get a solid blue light just to say it's okay, but it's connecting. And that's it, done and dusted.
Now installing an update. This may take several minutes.
So that's the point we're at now. It's just installing the update and then we'll fit it on the door. It also gives you physical installation, tuition if you want it. Keypad all charged. There's the wall holder. What I'm going to do is, or should I say what I'm not going to do is, I'm not going to drill the wall because I'm not 100% sure where this is going to be best yet, although I do have an idea. So instead of drilling the wall and putting that on, it just goes on like so. Yeah. Instead of drilling the wall, I'm going to use, if you've never heard of them before, they're absolutely fantastic. I think they're 3M, in fact they are 3M, but they're called command strips. And it's, these particular ones are Velcro type ones. And what you do is, I'll put two on the back of the plate and two onto the wall, and they'll Velcro together. So that's how it's going to attach to the wall. But the best thing about it is, although you've got a double-sided adhesive on there, when it's on the wall, when you want to take it off, all you do is you just pull that tab down and it releases all the adhesive on the back without damaging the paintwork. So I've used these on pictures and everything, and that's what I'm going to use now. So let's get that done. All right, so I'm going to place it here like that, and then the unit will just fit in. So again, just take the paper off the back. And the only reason that I've put them on there lightly is because I want to remove the plate and then push them down with my fingers. So, right, we're going to put it there. Now if I want to do, as I say, I can just remove that, pull the command tabs off the wall, and you'll never know it's been there. So let's just put the keypad in, all charged up, and there we go. One keypad to use. Using the keypad is simple. You key your number in if you're leaving. Your doors have to be closed when you're doing it, or your exit door has to be closed when you're doing it. And then you just press the leaving home button there, and you've got about 15 seconds or 30 seconds. You can set it to actually leave, and then it's armed. Come back in, press your code in again, and then you just press this button, which is your arriving home. This button, if you're going to bed at night and you want your perimeter armed but none of the PIRs inside, then you can just set up the alarm system however you want. And when you do this one, it's basically a partial set because you're at home. And that is the simplicity of it. We've got the 3 PIRs up, the 4 magnetic connectors. We've installed the base unit. We've installed the keypad. We've put the Ring doorbell on. So the last thing to do is the siren itself, which is very, very loud. Now, for the time being, because it's going to start raining, I'm just going to have this sat on the windowsill. But tomorrow we'll get this put up on the wall and then it's completely done. And the last thing that we've got to do now is install the siren, basically by changing over that Yale box to the new Ring box. And it's going to be on a 12-volt supply. Right, let's get this off. This is the backing plate that we're going to fix to the wall, and then the Siren just sits on top of that. As you can see there, there's the level for leveling it up on the wall, which is good. That's your tamper switch there, so if the front panel's taken off, it'll set off. We should be able to use one of these holes and the cable should come out of there, and that's basically just affixing it to where the old one was. And that's the base plate on. A quick look at the alarm before we install it. So take out 3 screws, slide this down, and then it should, or slide it up, yeah, slide it up, and then it should just lift off. Now this is where you install the Ring battery, or you can use these, I think they're D batteries, or you can do what we're going to do, which is install a 12 volt supply. Now with the 12 volt supply, obviously there's no need to go up ladders and replace batteries, but the light actually works on the front of it as well, which is quite a big thing. It just shows that you've got an alarm system on your house when it's dark. Before we install this, we just need to put it onto the system by using the QR code and make sure it's working before it goes up. And I'm also going to replace the D batteries with a Ring battery because it's rechargeable. Right, so that's the low voltage supply in there. Now we just need to put it on the bracket. And that's it, alarm all installed. And there you can see the LED sounding. I've silenced the alarm because I just don't want to annoy the neighbours, but that's the LED flashing as the alarm's going off normally. That's it, all fitted. So easy to do. The DIY installation, pretty much anybody can do that. Obviously the hardest part was putting up the Siren, but depending on the build of your house and whether you want it wired or not, that's what's going to make it difficult or not difficult. So we've got door contacts, we've got PIRs, obviously the doorbell itself, everything's working perfectly. I've really enjoyed putting this alarm in, and for the first time in a long time, the house isn't just going to be alarmed, it's going to be monitored as well, which is a peace of mind that you get, especially when you're on holiday. I don't know about you, but I always come back thinking, ooh, is anything going to have happened? Until you get to that door, you don't know, and walk in the house. As far as the Ring security system is concerned, I can't vouch for it highly enough. As I say, I've had it on another property for about the last 9 months. It's worked perfectly. You do have to recharge the batteries if things aren't wired, but that's just one of those things. And you've always got the opportunity to buy a second battery for a lot of the devices, like the cameras, etc., etc. For the price, it's a true DIY install if you want it, and I know it's a lot cheaper than a lot of the others that are advertised on TV where somebody will come round and install it for you. And if you think about it, all they're doing is just connecting it to a Wi-Fi system or an app and sticking it on a door or a wall. So for me, this is a real recommendation. Honestly, I just can't recommend it highly enough.